Hey, this is Dan Moralez, and this is Homebuyer Radio, episode number 18. Last week, we talked about interest rates and how they can fluctuate and change. We also talked about how closing costs, go hand in hand with interest rates, how you can have higher closing costs and a lower rate, how you can have a higher rate and lower closing cost, and how they all kind of go hand in hand when it's all said and done. Now, keep in mind, mortgage rates can fluctuate based on market conditions, and what I mean by market conditions is, like the stock market, mortgage money comes from the bond market. The bond market, like the stock market, can have wild fluctuations in price, throughout the day. Those wild fluctuations in price can impact you as a borrower because if there's a wild fluctuation and move against us, it can drive interest rates up. If there's a wild fluctuation and move in our favor, you can actually see interest rates go down, which would make your monthly payment look a little more favorable. So, keep in mind that there's all these variables, and of course, there's the variable as far as, for clients who are doing a down payment of less than 20%, which is, really most first-time home buyers are doing a down payment of less than 20%. And oftentimes folks who have already owned a house will oftentimes buy their next house and in many cases have a down payment of less than 20% too. Now, whenever you have a mortgage that has a down payment of less than 20%, you're normally going to deal with some form of PMI, or what they call private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance is just basically insurance that you as a borrower pay for the benefit of the lender. And that insurance basically protects us that if for some reason you were to purchase the house with a down payment of less than 20% and you were to default, the PMI company would help to offset some of the potential losses that the bank would take if they had to foreclose against you. Now, the cost for that mortgage insurance can fluctuate from PMI company to PMI company. What most people don't realize is when you deal with private mortgage insurance or PMI, there are multiple PMI companies that issue that insurance. And the fact that there's different companies means that there's different prices. So it's really important to work with a lender that has a relationship with multiple PMI companies because we're able to go through and shop to get you the most, aggressive premium possible by having the highest number of options available to you. So it's really important that you work with, a lender like ourselves where we have a relationship with, really for the most part, pretty much every PMI company that is available to offer mortgage insurance in the industry. So those are a couple of the things that you want to give some consideration to as you're looking at mortgage options. And of course, the one recap from last week's episode as well too is you do want to make sure that, if you're somebody that is actively shopping interest rates and terms, that you're getting everything in writing and in detail, and yet you're also being able to, compare options on the same day. So it's really important to make sure that you're comparing options on the same day. Otherwise, you're comparing apples to oranges. And probably the biggest thing that oftentimes I see clients overlook or they don't think about when it comes to looking at potential lenders to work with in the mortgage process is the expertise of the individual loan officer that you're working with. And I always tell people, it's kind of like a doctor. You want to find the most skilled, highly knowledgeable doctor if that doctor is going to do, surgery on you, because you want to have the highest possible outcome for success. If that doctor is going to do a surgery on you, you want to have that highest outcome for a successful surgery. Well, in order to do that, you want to make sure you pick the most experienced and knowledgeable person, to do that surgery for you. Same thing is true when it comes to your mortgage, because I think so often people just assume that, every mortgage loan officer is created equal or every lender is created equal, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I can't tell you how many times I have dealt with clients who have been turned down by other lenders and were able to structure the loan for them, or clients who have closed on a transaction with another lender and that transaction was structured the absolute worst way it could have been for them. So for myself, I've been lending since 1991. That's a really long time. I actually know what I'm doing, and we want to take our time and work through the details and options for you just to make sure that your loan is structured in the most favorable way possible for you. So super important that you work with somebody who knows what they're doing. They understand market conditions and all the variables and how all those variables and things can impact you as a homeowner, so that you can make sure you have the best outcome when it comes to buying your house and structuring your mortgage. So again, my name is Dan Moralez. You can reach me at danmoralez.com, DANMORALEZ.com. 616-931-4629 is my office number, and my NMLS number is 709729, and Northpointe Bank is an equal housing lender.